After the strange hero Mandu passed away, in accordance with Satyavati's request, through Vyasa, the two wives of the strange hero, Ambika and Ambalika, together with Vyasa, gave birth to Dhritarashtra with Ambalika, and Pandu was born with Vyasa and Ambika. Again, it is Ambika who is the mother. Through the service, Vyasa is the reason for a beautiful child coming into this world. We must see that child. These three are growing up very beautifully. We need to understand who Vidura is in this context. He was born from Ambika's womb through the servant. Everyone knows this Vidura well. However, if you ask who this Vidura is, there is a sage named Mandavya. He has established a very large ashram in the forest outside the village and is engaged in his severe penance. He comes out of the ashram, sits down, closes his eyes, suppresses the five senses, and engages in severe penance. At the time when the sage Mandavya was engaged in penance, forgetting himself. Unbeknownst to him, unexpectedly, burglars who had stolen many items from the royal palace entered his ashram. They cautiously entered his ashram, very safely hid all the stolen items inside, and then went outside to hide. Now the royal guards are chasing them. They are searching for those who have been chased inside the ashram of sage Mandavya. If searched, no one is there. However, the items stolen from the royal palace are inside that ashram. Then they concluded that the one who stole these items could also be a sage engaged in penance. From the penance, they brought sage Mandavya and placed him before the king. All the royal items were indeed inside his ashram. They said he was the thief. Should the king investigate or not? What did the king do? Not only did the deceiver steal all the royal items, treasures, and valuables in that year, I am in the guise of a sage, if he is punished with the sentence of hanging. Now they just brought a stake and pierced it into his belly, and then they hung him on the gallows. When everyone asked if sage Mandavya had immediately lost his life, he said he had not. He had held on to this life with his yogic powers. Wasn't sage Mandavya one who had meditated for many years? For many days, he has been hanging alive on the gallows. Upon hearing this, the other sages rushed to the king to inform him how great a penitent he is. Do you know if he has stolen your royal items? He is truly deserving of great penance. He cannot be defeated. There is nothing in this world, but he is bound by truth and is hanging on the gallows. As soon as he said this, the king realized his mistake and ordered him to be taken down from the gallows. Now that he is down, they are stabbing him. Look, half of it is still stuck. The rest is hanging outside. Immediately, if they had tried in the area where it was yesterday, it would have worked. They removed the remaining part after leaving the iron that could be inside the stomach. That sharp part was indeed inside the stomach of sage Mandavya. It was placed in the excrement. How much pain would it cause? How much pain must there have been? As usual, it was taken down from the excrement and the form was collected. They removed the remaining part, leaving the area inside the stomach. Think about what kind of pain that would be. Sage Mandavya fell at my feet, saying, "Please forgive me," and humbly. Sage Mandavya said, "Is it so, my friend? I have no regrets about you at all. I have no regrets about you. But my regret will go away. What sin did I commit against Dharmadeva to receive such a severe punishment? I want to meet him." Saying that, Dharmadeva went and tied him up. "Father, what sin have I committed? To whom have I done any harm? Why have I been given such a severe punishment?" Then Dharmadeva said, "If there is no next birth, I will go with a stick in hand." I will torment the worms and insects by stabbing them repeatedly. You just said that this is his punishment. Is all this fair to you? In which era did I commit what actions? Sage Mandavya questioned Dharmadeva. Dharmadeva said, you will be 112 years old at that age of 12. If you say what you did, it would be just a little stabbing and tormenting worms and insects. Don't you know what is the meaning of innocence? Until the age of 12, a child's sins do not even count as sins. Isn't that an age of ignorance? Sins committed after the age of 12 are counted as sins? Don't you know this? Is this a fair punishment for a small mistake made by someone under 12? Now I curse you, Dharmadeva, to be sent to be born on this earth. Sage Mandavya cursed Dharmadeva. As a result of that curse, he was born in the earthly realm. Yes, Dharmadeva took the form of a warrior. That is why Vidura is one who is bound by justice, bound by righteousness, and bound by discipline, just like Dharmadeva. We see that Vidura roamed this earth as one who could provide good counsel. That is why Vidura is associated with justice, righteousness, and discipline. We see that he lived in this world bound by righteousness and justice. Now these three are indeed growing up beautifully day by day. Bhishma is currently teaching them all the necessary skills. They excel in their studies. Not only that, but they are also trained in horse riding, street climbing, and elephant riding, among all those skills. Bhishma is shaping them to be the best and the most capable. Vishwarup's expectation is that they should roam this earth as highly skilled individuals, after the path has finally come. Now they are ceremoniously crowning Dhritarashtra. He is a king in the magnificent and prosperous city of Chinnapura. But can he govern just because he is crowned as a king? The answer is no. The reason is that he is blind. He is a person without sight in this life. He made him a king. But to whom did he hand over the responsibility of governance? If we say Bhishma, he handed it over to Pandu. Pandu was made the commander-in-chief. He made him the commander-in-chief. Bhishma, who gave Pandu the position of commander-in-chief, has now given the position of chief minister to Vidura. He gave the position of chief minister. Now, what should Pandu do? The responsibility of governance is in Pandu's hands. Therefore, while doing everything, it is Bhishma's guidance that Vidura, as the chief minister, should control and act according to the advice. In that way, we see that the governance was conducted very well. Now, Dhritarashtra is thinking of marrying a woman in the mourning phase. It is his duty. Dhritarashtra is thinking of going to see a girl. Do you know where the girl is? She is in the land of Gandhara. Bhishma wished to marry Gandhari, the daughter of the king of Gandhara, to Dhritarashtra. If you ask who ruled the land of Gandhara very well, it is Subala. Gandhari is indeed the daughter of Subala, and Shakuni is her brother. Two more men with Shakuni. Indeed, born to Subal. Along with Shakuni, there are two male children born to Subala. The girl child is very beautiful, known as Gandhari. Bhishma sent a messenger to bring Gandhari, the noble girl, to the court. Now I am coming from Hastinapura. Subala stood there saying, I have come to see you as per Bhishma's order. Bhishma, the noble and wise, wishes to marry your daughter Gandhari to the honorable and respected Dhritarashtra. Subala said, I don't have anything to say. Gandhari asked why. The husband is blind. If she sat with her eyes closed for that reason, we would say a lot about it. She had many qualities, Gandhari. If you ask why she is called Gandhari, it is because she has eyes like a graceful and gentle deer, as gentle and graceful as a deer. Looking at those eyes, there was an attractive power in her like fragrance. Megha is also a beautiful woman. Being beautiful doesn't mean having a little heart. Gandhari is not just a heroine, but a very beautiful woman. They excel in all arts. If we say that these women are proficient in all arts, it makes us very happy. But if we ask what is exactly special about Gandhari compared to other women, not only did she excel in singing, dancing, and other performing arts, but if you were to ask anyone who was exceptionally skilled in expertly handling various weapons, just like a man would, it would undoubtedly be Gandhari. A woman who truly embodies all those artistic qualities. That woman who excelled in many arts, was the best in handling weapons, being a skilled warrior herself. They said that a girl has come for the blind Dhritarashtra, and I just danced away. Subalan, however, cannot refuse. Do you know why? Below this land of Kurukshetra lies the land of Gandhari. Everyone must walk only after listening to the words of this land of Kurukshetra. That is how the rule was. Because of that, Bhishma was afraid. Unable to refuse, he reluctantly consents to eventually marry off his daughter. But if he truly consents, then it's a royal cut. He thought about how much that blind man would indeed suffer if he married this girl, bearing my burden. Subalan was crying inside his heart, feeling afraid of Bhishma, with no other way out. We can indeed see that he clearly married off that girl. Now Shakuni has taken all the auspicious signs. He comes to the grand city of Hastinapura to personally witness the auspicious marriage ceremony of his sister with Dhritarashtra. After the beautiful wedding, she just cannot see her husband. Initially, she is aware of it. But she did not go against her parents' words. Even if they said to marry someone else, it's fine. We are going to marry you to Dhritarashtra. Okay. But the husband cannot see. The husband has not realized this world, that my husband does not see. It was she who tightly closed her eyes that day, saying that she would not look anymore. To do this, that mother should not want you to be a wife to a blind man, shining as his best eye. Shouldn't you be a guide for him? When Ambika, the mother of Dhritarashtra, said to let go of your bindings, I didn't listen. I didn't listen when Ambika said. Satyavati said, I will not see what my husband cannot.